Survival has been rather tough, rather slim.
The children have what they have, and they're thankful because they don't really know what they're missing.
They don't understand that their bed is supposed to be a bed, not a mattress on top of buckets. And they're still full of food. They have lentils in them. They have beans in them. They have rice, hard red wheat in them. At the present time, we feel very blessed with what we do receive. I work. I bring in enough money to pay the bills. It breaks down to $3 a day per person is what we're living on now.
Well, that was Norman and his wife Alicia, who say that they were brainwashed followers of Israel Hawkins and his Texas religious group, the House of Yahweh. Now, some call it a cult. For 10 years, they were members of this group. Now, Norman and Alicia have 8 children. Take a look at how 3 of their oldest children remember life in the House of Yahweh.
What I disliked the most about Hawaii were the people. The people were very self-centered, very mean. They'd spank me. I would wash my mouth out with soap. They would sit in this chair the whole day, and they didn't let me move. They didn't let me go up to use the bathroom or anything. I was treated rather cruelly by the men. I remember them dragging me around and telling me I was bad.
At Hawaii, the kids were kind, but the women didn't like us. The old guys always liked us, which was very annoying. There was a few guys that wanted to marry me, a few guys that wanted to marry Sarah, and they were all really old and ugly.
I enjoyed it a lot. I felt welcome. I had a large family of girls, and the men there looked up to me because they wanted my sisters, and they treated me with kindness and a respect for what I had to say.
Well, Kay Hawkins was married to Israel Hawkins for over 20 years. Now, she says what started out as a beautiful place of worship turned into what she calls a sex cult, and she had to get out. What was it that pushed you over the line that you got out?
His secretary called me and told me that she was his wife.
And you had no idea about that?
In 1989, this secretary was baptized during one of the feasts. During another feast, she was ordained a deaconess. In December of 1990, she moved to the House of Yahweh. And from that moment on, there was vile gossip everywhere about him and her. I would confront him about the gossip, and he, quote, said, "I will never sin." So I was at home working on all of the writings at the beginning, and he had too much work on his hands to be at home, so he would stay up at the sanctuary. And I would get calls in the middle of the night, "Kay, Israel is at her trailer." I would confront him about it. And he would say, "Don't listen to gossip. I will never sin."
How do you feel about that now?
Betrayed.
As you look back on it, it's not credible?
It wasn't credible the moment the gossip was going on. Because in the beginning, the preaching was going on that women were worthy, women could become priests and elders, because in the book of Romans, there is a woman apostle. So the message from 87 to 89 about women was entirely foreign to what eventually became a woman was chattel, she was property, she was a possession of the man, she had no mind of her own, she was a body without a brain.
Up next, we're going to meet a man who says he's done more than 400 cult interventions.